In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to manually remove chromatic aberration in Photoshop. This is a simple and effective technique for reducing those distracting color fringes you sometimes see around the edges of objects, especially in high contrast areas. The nice thing about this method is that it gives you control, so instead of applying a correction to the entire image, you can target only the problem areas. To begin, duplicate your image layer so you have a backup to work from. This is always a good habit in Photoshop, because it keeps your original image untouched and gives you more flexibility if you want to compare the before and after later. Next, go to Filter, then Blur, and choose Gaussian Blur. Adjust the radius carefully until the color edges start to soften. You want to reduce the fringing without pushing the effect too far. If the blur is too strong, it can affect the image more than necessary, so use just enough to smooth the unwanted color. Once that's done, change the layer's blending mode to color. This is an important part of the process because it limits the effect mainly to the color information, rather than softening the detail and texture of the image itself. In other words, you're targeting the color fringing while helping preserve sharpness. After that, go to Layer, then Layer Mask, and choose Hide All. This adds a black layer mask, which hides the correction completely for now. That way you can reveal the effect only where it's needed, instead of applying it across the whole photo. Now create a new layer, select the brush tool, and choose a soft round brush. Make sure your foreground color is set to white, and then select the black layer mask. With the mask active, carefully brush over the areas where you can see chromatic aberration, such as blue, purple, green, or red fringes along object edges. Work slowly and paint only over the affected areas. It's better to build up the correction gradually than to overdo it in one pass. Brush over those edges a few times if needed, until the unwanted color fringing is reduced and the edge looks more natural. Finally, zoom in to 100% and inspect the image closely. This is the best way to judge whether the correction looks clean and realistic. If the effect feels a little too strong, simply lower the layer opacity until it blends naturally with the rest of the image. And that's it. You've manually removed chromatic aberration in Photoshop using a clean, controlled method that helps you fix problem areas without affecting the entire photo.